Advice for my younger self on school subjects. What should I have picked? So, during my younger years in high school, my mental health suffered a lot because of the subjects that I was picking. But, I've realized that through my own research that could have really been avoided. So, I'll show you throughout this presentation. You're struggling with your mental health right now because of the subjects that you picked in high school. We're going to change that. Here's how. Evaluating ROI, the long-term effects and benefits of the subjects that you pick. You can't impress your abusive parents with your grades. Ego is your enemy. Hard work beats talent, but remember ROI. Mental health improves when you take control. Teachers aren't the enemy, but they won't save you. Forget social validation. Exam results might matter, but remember ROI. Never sacrifice sleep for school. How do you decide what subjects to pursue? What is ROI? In technical terms, ROI is a calculation of an investment's profitability. Return is something you take out, investment is something that you put in. However, we can use this same analogy to calculate how much return we get from spending our time in something. Think about investing your time into the subject digital technology. Digital technology. You'll be taking away a return no matter how big or small. However, what if it doesn't matter? What if it doesn't relate to your future goals? Then, would picking a more theory-heavy subject mean that you're going with a lower ROI? Yes, it would. This is because over the long term, you aren't chasing a financial score. You aren't chasing a final score, for example, ATAR. During a year where a score or subject has no long-term effect, it has no return on investment. You can't impress your abusive parents with your grades. No matter how high your grades are, it'll never be enough for your parents. They only see your flaws. You get straight A's and win every award for it, be the top of your class, but if they're abusive, they'll find something to complain about. The truth is the problem isn't their problem isn't your performance. Their problem is within yourself. No amount of academic success will change how they treat you because their behavior isn't about you, it's about their own insecurities, control, and toxic mindset. You're dying, wasting your time with assignments you don't give a shit about, trying to stay on top of their ever-changing impression of you. Stop try, Stop tying your self-worth to their approval. You are more than a grade, you're more than their expectations. Instead of chasing their validation, focus on yourself. Get fit, eat well, and put on some good weight, sleep well, stop gaming, and actually start fixing your mental health. Now, I'll just highlight this, or bold it. This was what I had to do back in 2022, right? If I just started a year earlier, I reckon I would have, right now, I'd be making thousands of dollars if I'd started this journey a year earlier because in 2024, my mental health was nowhere good enough to even do any of this, right? Especially at the start, it was nowhere near good enough to do any of this. It's taken me 2 years just to start actually giving advice on here and actually start doing something with my life instead of gaming all the time, just cutting out sleep, and just I had to learn how to actually sacrifice, and I'm still learning how to instead of just staying up late doing bullshit that didn't really matter. Ego is the enemy. You thought you were smarter than you actually were, and this leads you to picking subjects which you don't need and don't like. Intelligence without discipline is useless. Stop overestimating your abilities and make sure to make a good decision when you're picking your subjects. Don't pick subjects out immediately after checking the subject selection form. This is a decision that affects a whole year of your life, so you want to be careful where your effort spills to. Through personal experience, I found out that if I did this all again, I would have liked to do a lot more practical subjects, so woodwork and metalwork, as my strengths younger me would have had, were a lot better in these areas, right, than other subjects. Working hard beats talent. Beats talent. Natural talent means nothing if you're lazy. Your cockiness made you think you didn't need to revise, and that's why you struggled. So a lot of my tests during 2023 physics, bro, I didn't revise. I didn't do shit. Start studying before you need to. Small consistent effort beats last minute cramming every time. Cockiness can also make you pick subjects which you don't need or can't handle. Everyone wants to meet this certain level in their academics, often inspired by their parents, so everyone has a different level of achievement as well. Keep that in mind when talking with friends about what subjects you want to do the following year. So, my parents were pushing for me to do math methods and general in year 12, and I've just cut maths completely because I honestly don't think it's possible for me to achieve. But the thing is, yeah, you should choose your subjects with a clear mind, right? Don't go about counting in other people's influence. For example, I can't remember what happened. I had a couple, I had a few friends who literally told me, like, they showed me how difficult it could have been, right? Because before I didn't think about this at all, but after sitting by myself for like 2, 3 hours, I realized I don't really want to do maths, especially if the exam is going to be unreasonably difficult, right? So we studied before. I remember like year 11. I don't know really what happened, but the exam that the things that I did study out of the exam, it felt like a completely different thing inside the exam, right? So, yeah, you should not choose your subjects with someone else's perception of you in your head. It's a way to make sure you make a shit decision. So yeah, remember that. This is an important sentence right here. Hold that. Read that as many times as you need to. A lot of your stress came from mental health improves when you take control. Sorry, you need to read the title first. A lot of your stress came from procrastination and then panicking when exams or deadlines for assignments got close. Stop doing that. Build discipline, sleep well, exercise, eat properly, and get your work done early. Stop using mental health struggles as an excuse. The best thing you can do for your mindset is just stop running from your responsibilities, right? So the thing is, right, the title of this video is advice for my younger self in school subjects. But the thing is, right, sometimes you just have to not give a shit and get it done anyway, because by itself, school will, a large majority of our 17, no, what was it, 6 to 17 to maybe 18 for some people, is school, right? So we need to, if school is a large part of our lives, we need to make sure that everything in that area is going correctly. Make sure that after you have picked the right subjects, you stay up to date with whatever work is given to you. Everything has already been set up online for you to complete and hand up on time, so take advantage of it. If you're unsure of how to get something finished up, ask for help from a teacher or get an extension. You don't have to stay up late every night to grind and get stuff finished. So one of the things that really stuck out to me in first world countries like Australia, probably America, and any country that has laptops and internet, you're going to have systems set up, online systems to get your work finished. So you don't have to stay up late and stress. Quit the bad habits which you are currently pursuing instead. Watching TV shows and anime, junk food, gaming, and overall just killing sleep for useless things. If you're not doing something productive, go to sleep. Teachers aren't the enemy, but they won't save you. Some teachers are bad, but blaming them won't fix your grades. Take responsibility for your own learning. If you don't understand something, ask. Don't just sit there pretending you get it. Use online resources like YouTube, Khan Academy, and past papers to teach yourself. Make sure not only learn in school, but also to read books at home on how to improve different areas of your life, to grow into a strong human being. And I should have also included this then, but forever student, because for a forever student is just someone who keeps learning, right? Slide 9. Your social life won't matter as much as you think. The people you're trying to impress now, most of them won't matter in a few years. Stop worrying about fitting in and choosing the subjects that are way above your head and skill level. Your friends in your classes won't even care about the subjects you're doing and how easy they are. Focus on self improvement instead of trying to look smart. Truly improving yourself will make you stand out amongst your peers afterwards. I know younger me always wanted to make his own money so that he could start going to the barber and get a good haircut on his own. So start working on an online business or start doing chores for your parents or for the neighbors. However, you'll have to sacrifice some of the time you reserve for video games and other pleasure activities to get these things done. Yeah, if I just started doing a few things back then to make money, and I at least tried to talk to more people, I'd be way better off now. Of course, there were some faults that were out of my reach that I couldn't fix, but you know, I was always trying to improve myself in 2023 and 2024. So yeah, 10. Exam results are only important if good grades open doors, but skills and discipline matter more. If you screw up, it's not the end. Learn from your mistakes and keep pushing forward. Make an effort to consider how you did in the exam. It's a reflection on whether you should really be doing this subject or not. Remember back to the ROI section and reconsider if the exams are a vital stepping stone in your path to your best future self. So if you really did screw up on the exam, right, and you don't need that subject, or it's way above your head in skill level, or what you need is like a prerequisite or something, do you really need that subject? Never sacrifice sleep for school, right? This is very important. I can't stress this one enough. Every day you stay up late finishing off assignments that don't really mean anything for people that don't care. Instead of doing that, get some good sleep. In Australia, the only three projects that really mattered to me was my PLP, my personal learning plan, research project, and ATAR. If, for example, I I aced all of those, right? I got A's on all of those. None of my other assignments in year 11 and year 10 would have really mattered. And mind you, I wasn't very mature in year 10 either. So I have no clue where I got for my PLP, but I passed. So yeah, that probably affected it. Right. So it was, right, slide 12. How do you decide what subjects to pursue? If you enjoy theory, but the score does not affect your future, pick a theory-based subject that has a lower workload. If you enjoy practical, but the score does not affect your future, pick a practical-based subject that has a lower workload. If you enjoy either practical or theory, but the score does affect your future, then you have to pick a subject which gives you the highest score, while still preserving things such as your physical and mental health, right? For me, subjects such as mathematical methods and even general math were not in my scope of abilities because I was sacrificing my mental and physical health for the sake of getting schoolwork done. I was way too sleep deprived after staying up late finishing off all the other daily tasks from school and things that I set myself. Don't do this as it will come back to bite you later, particularly if you don't get a good score from them. It's often said that the pain of regret is worse than the pain of discipline, so you need to discipline yourself to not care about what others think about you when you pick the easiest subject in years where scores don't mean shit. Right, that's the end of this presentation. Hold on, I forgot to add something at the end to the object. Where's my tutorial? One of these. Yeah, it's this one. Oh shit. Thank you for watching. You can have a right. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. You can all have donut from my 3D model collection. But yeah, see you and bye.